All right, so this week on Frequently Asked Friday, we're addressing a question that we get a lot: is what upgrade should we do with a mind in resale, or if we're looking at selling our home next week, next month, next year. So the things that always pay the greatest dividends, they're relatively cheap, that kind of always come up. I would say paint and carpet or paint and flooring. Addressing those two always help. So just putting fresh coats of paint on the walls. If the carpet is rough, replacing it, or if it needs to be shampooed. If you got hardwood floors, refinishing those. Typically those are pretty obvious ones. Exterior landscaping and kind of curb appeal are also in that category of relatively cheap things. So, power washing the house, mulch, those are things you probably want to do right before you're ready to sell. But doing things like that are always a plus. From there, once we take care of the basics, we're moving on to the kitchens and the bathrooms. So I would start with the kitchen, upgrading appliances, replacing or painting cabinets, switching out countertops with stone countertops, changing out the hardware, the pulls and the hinges and things like that. Those are relatively cheap fixes, at least the hardware is. From there you go to the bathrooms. Be very careful doing things like replacing roofs, HVAC units, windows. While those are all good things and things that buyers appreciate, you tend not to get as great of a return for those. And then going from there, little things like gutter guards and things like that, they typically don't bring a return. Also be very wary if there's anybody that's selling you something and telling you that it's going to make your home be able to sell for more. Typically not the case in my experience. So that was Frequently Asked Friday. If you guys have a question you'd like me to address, definitely shoot me a direct message. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.